Hi crocheters of the world. In this tutorial we will work together on this overcoat that I crocheted and designed. It's actually my first overcoat that I designed, and I am pretty satisfied about it. It's a wrist to wrist pattern, and it's absolutely easy to work. Now, in the tutorial I explain you exactly how to work all the steps that you need to work to complete the coat. I work it with this lovely yarn, beautiful yarn. What can I say? It's just perfect for this kind of project. I can say I bought the yarn first, and then I design with the yarn in my hand, in my mind. I designed the overcoat. So it's tiger alpaca. You can find it on my shop. And of course, if you already bought or you want to buy and to work, and you want to buy from my shop the yarn, it's the link, it is below. You will have as a bonus, let's say as a gift from me, you will have the written instruction in 5 measures, all for free. All you have to do is to email me your order number and the day when you put your order, and I will be more than happy to email you the PDF actually with the written instruction. In the tutorial we are working on the M size, and actually I tell you how many rows, almost all that you have to do, and it is really easy. Believe me, it's a construction that it's really easy to work, really nice to work. I work it nice and long, but of course you can work it as a jacket. For mine, it's a M size and nice and long. This is what it left from 2 packages of yarn. So I use 750 grams of yarn for mine. So now, what can I say? Let us begin with the tutorial. Bye bye. Okay, so let's see how to work it. We will begin with the wrist circumference. Here it's actually you to decide. So it's with my yarn. Lovely colors, just beautiful colors. There are other shades. 5.5 millimeters hook. I want to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you just count a number, even number, 21, 22, 23, 24, and try it actually around your wrist. Okay, this is the idea actually, like this. So 24, I will put 25, 26, 27, 28, because I don't want it very, okay, I think it's, yes, 26, okay, 26. Now I have my 26 stitches here, and I will just work like this. Put just one more so you can begin into the very first chain, and this is the stitch that we will use. Yarn over, 3 loops on the hook, pull the first through the second, and yarn over, pull through 2. Insert hook into the next, like this. Yarn over, insert hook into the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull the first through the second, and then close them like this. So again, pull the first to the second and then close them. So the first through the second, yarn over, pull through 2, and again we go with the first through the second, and then yarn over, pull through 2. It's a kind of half double crochet, the first through the second, but with a slip stitch, let's say, herringbone. Half double crochet is okay, and I will continue on like this till the end of this row, and I will work 3 more. So actually 1, 2, yes, 2 more rows like this, and into each of my 4th I will put an increase. I finished my first row, and to begin a new row I will just chain 1, yarn over, turn, and insert hook into my very first stitch and work my very first half double crochet, and I will just continue on like this, working my half double crochets in herringbone style. This is my second. I will work 1 more, and then into my 4th I will begin with my first 2 with my increases, sorry, so which means I will increase at the beginning and at the end of the row. It's like this. It creates a very, very nice texture. Here I have my 3 rows, and now I will go on with the 4th, chain 1, insert hook into the very first stitch and work a increase. So this is my increase, this is my first stitch, and into the same stitch I will just work 1 more, and this is how I increase, so it's pretty obvious. And now I will just continue on to work till the end of the row, where into the last stitch, exactly as I did into the first, I will put an increase again. And this is how we will continue on for the length of our sleeve. I finished my row, and now I have my, I want to show you, so I almost finished my row, and this is my last. Into the last I will put 2 stitches, 1, and let us work 1 more, and these are my 2 stitches. Now I will chain 1, yarn over, insert hook into the last stitch that you worked, this is, and work 1 stitch. Into this stitch put a marker. Now why we put markers at the beginning and at the end? Actually I already put at the end. Okay, because we want to know which is our last stitch to work in. And now we will continue on with 3 rows, and into the 4th a increase at the beginning and at the end for the length of the sleeve. And this is again is you to decide the length of your sleeve. Okay, I will just go on and work my stitches back. This is the first row. I have to work 3 more, and then into the 4th I work like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Into each of my 4th I put the increase at the beginning and at the end. I finished the sleeve. Look at this lovely yarn. I just adore it. Look at this. Now I finished the sleeve. This is my sleeve, and I just want to show you a little bit, just for you to understand what is the meaning of wrist to wrist construction. It's really easy. So we begin from here, from the wrist actually, and we worked the sleeve. Now the sleeve must be, the length of the sleeve must be let's say 8 to 10 centimeters to the shoulder. Okay, so must finish finish 8 to 10 centimeters to the shoulder, okay? So we don't have to be exactly to the shoulder with the sleeve. Finish it before the shoulder, 8 to 10 centimeters, depends on how large you want to be your cardigan. Then what we will be next, so exactly the next step, after you finish the length of the sleeve, we will have, and I will show you first of all I want to explain, and then I will show you, we will put chains before we begin the next row, and we will put the number of chains, the length will be the length that we want to be for our cardigan, okay? So we put so many chains that we want to be the length. Then we will go on and work all this until here, and then in a technique that I will show you, we will add the same number of stitches that we add here, so the length on the other side. And then we will work on this long row to cover the shoulder before the neck, okay? Then we will open for the neck and so on, but just let's go on step by step, okay? So let's work now the chain. So I am here with my sleeve. So now from here I will begin to chain the length that I need on the front side, let's say, okay? Of course we have to count our chains, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and I will continue on, obvious, for a nice length. So I put 75 chains, but it's you to decide. Put it on you, the sleeve, okay, and you will see the length that you need. So I have 75 stitches, chains, okay, but there will be stitches here on one side. Then I have 42 stitches here, half double crochets, on my sleeve. So I began with 26, and I went on increasing in each of my fourth, and I have 42 now. And I will work my 75 here, then my 42 here, and then I will show you how to add 75 on the other side, obvious, because we need the same number. It's back and front, or front and back anyway. We need two sides, obvious. Now let me show you how I will begin. So I put one more chain here, so 75 plus one more, and just yarn over, insert hook into the first stitch and work. Now work and count these stitches to be exactly the number that you want it to be. So in my case it's 75, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I already done a 8, last 8, 9, and 10. Done a tutorial on wrist-to-wrist construction, but it was a blouse. Now I said this yarn is just perfect for a cardigan like this. Okay, so I just continue on for my 75 plus 42 here, and then I will be back at the end of the sleeve to show you how to add 75 on the other side. And now let me just show you how to add the stitches on the other side. I finished the sleeve too, so this is what I have. This is one side, the sleeve, and I have to add. I have a marker here, I will show you why. Now here is the last, where I worked the last stitch here. I can take off the marker because I don't need it. So it's here that I worked the last stitch. So let me show you how to work it. We yarn over, so we yarn over, insert hook into that stitch, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. Now we just want to create a chain here, the foundation chain. Yarn over, pull through the first, only the first, like this. So now we have the chain. And now we have with these three, we will just work the half double crochet as we worked it all over. So we pull the first through the second, we yarn over and we close our yarn. And this is the first yarn that we added. Yarn over, insert hook through the chain that we just created. 2 loops we must have over the hook. Yarn over, pull through this. And then yarn over, create the chain, pull through the first loop. And now with these three, just work the stitch, pull like this and close. Okay, now where I want to add my marker, it's into the first stitch that we added. So like this, it's easier for me to count them. So yarn over again, I want to insert hook into the chain and pull up a loop. Now I have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 1 to create the foundation chain. Again. Now yarn over, pull through 1 to create the foundation chain. Now pull the first through the second and yarn over, pull through 2. So this is what we have. Yarn over and exactly the same thing. Insert hook into the chain. Yarn over, pull through 1 to create the chain, and now the first through the second and like this. Again, search for the chain that you created. Here it is. So we just need to search for our chain. It's very important. Yarn over, pull through 1. You can keep it like this so we know that this is the chain. And the first through the second and pull through 2. Yarn over, and it's here that we will insert hook. Search for 2. Okay. Now again, yarn over, pull through 1. Keep it with your finger so you know that this is the chain. Pull the first through the second. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over and we go into the chain. Pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Keep it with your finger, the first through the second to work the stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and as you can see, we have the stitches. Okay, we just have to continue on like this. So yarn over, insert hook, 2 loops of the chain that you just created first before. Pull up a loop and work your chain. Then the first through the second, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, insert hook through 2 loops of the chain that you just created. Yarn over, I forgot to yarn over. Yarn over, insert hook through 2 loops of the chain that you just created, pull up a loop. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop, and this is the foundation chain. The first through the second, yarn over, pull through 2 to work the stitch. Yarn over and again the same thing, insert hook into the chain and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, and this is the foundation chain, and we keep it like this with the finger. The first to the second, yarn over, pull through 2 to work the stitch. Yarn over and the same thing. Now we have to go on like this. Yarn over, pull through 1. Keep it with your finger, first to the second, and yarn over, pull through 2. We have to continue on like this until we have all the stitches that we need. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I go on for 72. Actually, I have 72, not 75. Okay. I lost 3 stitches somewhere, but it's okay with 75 too, 72. So I just went on to add on this side my stitches. Once we finished the stitches with the stitches on the other side, we just have to work for some rows or the total of the stitches that we have. So 72 plus 72 plus 42, okay, in my case. So we will work to cover the distance between the sleeve where we just so actually the shoulder, okay, till the neck. So the shoulder till the neck, okay. So I will just go on now and chain and turn my work and work my stitches. 1, 2, and so on. So now I will work some rows, then I will show you, and when I will be back I will be able to tell you in centimeters actually, so you can just figure out for your size. Okay, this is a M size, a medium size, but here it depends on the length that you want, the length of your sleeve, okay, so of your actually hand and arm, sorry, and so on. Okay, so it's a construction, this one wrist to wrist, that it's you to decide how to the measures that you put. Now I just continue on. Now I will work the stitches as they are for my 72 plus 42 plus 72. Actually this is it, this is the sleeve, and now this is the length that, as you can see, this is the front side, the back side. So for now on it's exactly the same thing, but we will divide and we will know. So it's actually this is the idea. I show you like this, folded in two, because like this it's easier for you to imagine the idea. Okay, so I will just continue on for about 8 rows to cover the shoulder, so to cover the distance to the neck, okay, from where the sleeve finished to the neck. Okay, so let me just show you. Let's say this is the sleeve, finish here more or less 8 to 10 centimeters before the shoulder, and now this part to the neck I have to cover, okay, because this is the part that we work. These are the chains. This is the part that we work like this. Then we have to open for the neck and then to continue on, okay? Okay, so just wanted to show you only this part. Just wanted to show you how it looks so far. So I just worked all these 72 plus 42 plus 72 for 16 rows I worked, and then I split. So I began another row from bottom part, and I went on till I got the half of the entire row, okay, of the long row. And then, so actually in my case I worked 72, so one part in length, plus half of the sleeve, which is 21. 42 is 21, and this will be the back side, okay, back of the neck. And I will work exactly the same number of rows that I worked here, okay? So it's 16. I will work 16 here, and then I will be back to show you how to work the front side, because the front side will be exactly the same thing as the back side and exactly the same number of rows, obvious, only that we will work 8, in my case, or 8, and then I will begin with other 8, okay? And this is what I want to show you. It can be a little bit strange, but believe me, it's really easy. Now this is what I have. Just because I wanted to try it on me, and you can do the same thing. You can also sew a little bit, or as I did here, I put markers, so I can just put it on me, just one side, to see if the length of this long row is enough for the shoulder. Okay, now let me just show you a little bit. I will draw so you can just understand better. Okay, so let me explain it to you. So we began with the sleeve, we increase, we just work like this. Then we put chain. So here I had 42 stitches. I began with 26, 42 stitches. Then we put the length of the cardigan, of the coat, on one side, on the other side, chains, and I put 72, and these chains became stitches, obvious, and I completed this long row, 16 rows, okay, to cover the shoulder part, so the shoulder part, from the sleeve to the shoulder, okay, and 72 plus 42 plus 72 was. Now, I began the back side. For the back side, I just come with the next row only to the half, exactly the half, which means 42, so it's 72 and 21. So here I work 21 and 72 stitches, okay, and like this I will go on, so exactly half it is, I will go on for the same number of rows, and this will be the back of the neck, okay. This number will be exactly the same that we will work for the back of the neck, okay, so this is very important, this number of rows. And then of course we have to repeat on the other side, no? Obvious, for the other shoulder. So this is the back of the neck, and it must be an even number, because in front I will skip some stitches here and I will work a half of this 16, so 8 rows, okay. Then I will put the same number of stitches, the same number of chains that I have here, stitches, and I will show you when I will be there. And I will work again 8 rows. So it's again 16, but half and half, because it's open, it's a cardigan, it's a jacket, a coat, anything you want. Okay. And then I will work again 72 plus 42 plus 72 for 16 rows for the other shoulder. So this is back of the neck, shoulder, shoulder. So shoulder, back of the neck, and shoulder. Okay, and then obvious, I will work the sleeve, and for the sleeve I will just, I have to have 76 stitches again from 42. So what I will do, I will exactly decrease where I increase on this sleeve, and that's it. Then we will sew together, we will fold actually in twice, and we will sew together all from the sleeve and the long part of the cardigan, and that's it. Hope it's clear enough. So it's really easy. The construction is really simple. So I'm back with the front side almost ready. So I haven't done nothing yet that it's too complicated for you to understand, okay? I only complete a part of the front side, and I have to complete with 2 more rows. But here, you know, on the women cardigan, we need to put the button hole on the right side and the button on the left side. It's not very important, it's a old rule, but it's okay. So you will have, so this is the back side, you will have for the front side, of course, to work the neckline. Now the neckline, I designed it really easy. It's just a squared neckline, and for this you just have to skip some stitches and then to begin with your front side, and I skipped 8 stitches. Okay, so it's 72 plus 21, 72 the length, and 21 the half of the sleeve, and from this less 8 stitches. This is the row that is my front side, and I will just continue on for a half stitches. That's why I said on the back side you need even number of stitches, because you have to work half of the rows for the front side, front side. Now what I want to do is to show you how to work the buttonholes. It's really easy, so I will begin by working 2 stitches, only 2 stitches, because I want my very first button to be really near to the neck, so really near to the neckline. So I will put it here, okay? So 2 stitches, and now to skip the stitches that I need for the button, and here you have to try your button, the button that you choose for your cardigan, because will be this number of stitches you will skip, and this number of stitches you will chain. So I chain 3, I will skip 3, and then all that I want is to continue on. So that's all. This is my first buttonhole, okay? Now before, even if you have more or less than mine, this is not a problem. Before you finish, so when you have 2 rows more to finish a half of the front side, work into the second to last, okay? Work the buttonholes. Then you will work 1 more for the last, so the last row, okay? Now I will continue on. Let's see how many stitches I will put. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, it's perfect. Yes, 6, and then I will put another buttonhole, and I will go on like this. So chain 3, skip 3 into the next, insert hook and work, and that's all. Actually, it's pretty easy, isn't it? This is my second, and I will go on like this with 2 or 3 more, because I don't want to put lots of buttonholes, only a few. Now let me finish my buttonhole row and my last row, and I will be back to show you how to begin the other half. Okay, now I am here with my draw of the cardigan. So I worked my 8 rows of the right side, of the front right side, and now I have to work 8 rows of the other side. And for this I will put chains. Actually I have them here, and in my case I said I skipped 8 stitches, and I work on a half of the sleeve and half of the length, so it's 21, because I have the sleeve with 42 stitches from 26. Don't forget about that. And I skipped 8 stitches here, and a half of 42, it's 21, plus here I have 72 stitches in length on one side and the other. This is front back in length, and which means is 72 plus 21 less 8, and this is 93 stitches. So I have 93 chains. I worked already 93 chains plus 1 to begin, and I already began a little bit here. And what I want to say, what is very important, that we want to work into the pumping up here loop on the back side of the chain. But as you can see, it's popping up, and it's important because we want to have the same the same edge that we have on the other side when we finished actually with one row. Okay, and from here I will go on and work 8 rows, and then I will be back to show you the last, second to last, because there will be the sleeve, the other sleeve too, the second to last part when we have to chain all this part. Okay, 8 plus 21 plus 72 to chain and to work 16 rows, you know, for the other shoulder, and then we will finish with the other sleeve exactly as the first, only that where we increased here we will decrease here. Okay, so I am here. I finished my 8 rows of the front side, and now what I need to do before we begin with our 16 long rows for the shoulder, so back and front together as we did here after the sleeve was ready, I will put the number of stitches that I skipped here to make the neckline. I will chain. So I skipped 8 stitches, so I will chain 8 chains, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now take the back side and insert hook into the very first stitch to slip stitch in. Now cut your yarn, and now you are ready to begin to work your long. Actually we have again with this 8 plus 85, actually there are 85 here. I was wrong when I said, here it is, when I said that I have to work 93 stitches here, chains here, because there are 85, it's 93, it's 72 plus 21, so I was wrong. I have to admit this. So I just work all this, 72 plus 42 plus 72, all this side. So 16 rows, long rows. This is the most annoying part. I worked one, I have to work one more, and then it's only the sleeve, and we are ready with our super overcoat. Okay, now to begin, I will begin, so this is the front side, so we need to begin from the back. Let me just show you. So I will begin from the back. This is like this. Okay, we'll begin from the back, so I will have like this. Insert hook. This is exactly the back side, and from here just begin to work long the nice and long row. 16 I put for my shoulder. It's you to decide. You already decide if you are here at this part, at this side. You already know how many rows you worked for the shoulder on the other shoulder, so you will work exactly the same number on this one. So actually the last part, the sleeve, and the problem is that I put it on the floor because it's so long and large, and yes, my overcoat, that I cannot I cannot work it on. Okay, I cannot work it on my table work, so I put it on the floor, and I said I will try to record this on the floor. Only that, as I put it on the floor, my sweet Tommy, and this is it, this is him, thought it was a perfect blanket for him, and I cannot blame him because it's so nice, so soft, so beautiful and warm, and but it's not him. And how can I explain this to him now that it's here and I have to record my last part, the last part? So can you see It's only the sleeve that we have to put. Okay, I will try. Okay, so I'm back with the last part. So as you can see, I am actually on the floor. I worked this part, so this one, my 16, and now I have to work the sleeve on this side. And to work the sleeve, actually it's exactly the same thing that I did here. So I will work 42, and then I will continue on increasing exactly where I decreased, decreasing exactly where I increase. So in each of my fourth I will decrease until I will get my 26 stitches again. So, and I will work 3 more with 26, exactly the same, only that on the contrary. Now to do this I just have to count again my 72 stitches. So from the bottom, I put it like this so you can see this is the side. From the bottom I will begin to count. I already count. This is 72. Then I will count, and I already counted. I will count 42, because 42 it's the, if you remember, it's here. You don't have to remember, actually. I have it here. You can see it. It's where I, okay, like this. It's where I began with the number of stitches that I have here, 42. So it's 42. I will count 72, put the marker, count 42, put the marker, and work here, begin on the 42. To work 3 plus into the next, into the fourth, I will put one decrease on one side, one decrease at the other side, and so on until I will reach 26 stitches, and then I will continue on with 3 more rows exactly as I did at the beginning. And that's it. This is the shape, this is how it looks. It's a really easy construction. You just need to take some measures for yourself. It's not very difficult, believe me. This construction, wrist to wrist, it's nice. It's I like it. I really like it. This is a second project that I did with this construction. The first one was a blouse. Actually, I put a link below of it because I already did a tutorial too. And this is the second, and I must say it's nice. It's a nice construction, and what I like here is that the shape, the change effect of the yarn, so the changing effect, self-change effect of the yarn and of the color shades of the yarn goes vertically. So I really like this effect. So they are going actually vertically, not horizontally, and I like this. It slim up actually. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this tutorial. Hope you understand. If you don't understand, just ask me. I already have the written instruction too. If you this is like a gift, as I said at the beginning of the tutorial. So if you actually bought from my shop the yarn to work this project, you will have the written instructions for free. So just write me with the order number and the day, specifying the mail, and I will email you the PDF with lots of pleasure. Okay, so that's it. If you make this project or other project following my tutorial, you can just share with me photos, do beautiful photos, because I pick up some of them and I just want to share them on my page. So you can share them on my group, Crochet with Oana, or you can just send me a private message with some photos, or you can just tag me on Instagram, and I will be so very happy to visit your profile and to let you some beautiful comments, as you let me so very beautiful comments here on YouTube. So see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.